Oh, welcome to Free Minds Corona update. So we have this time not big changes like last time because we make the whole statistic more correct. Now it is the ranks. Every country, the most of the country has its own rank, and we have it made possible because the number of deaths in few to the people who living there is more valued to the other numbers. I think that makes more sense because the debt is that what the risk can tell the best. So, okay, if some country don't count every debt for it, but therefore I have uh, also made a statistics, and it comes to the end of this one. So let's begin. Uh, the rank K, so the infected, the people who died, and the cured. And then we see here, I told already last time, there's the best case scenario and the worst case scenario if there's all people was infected. So all the numbers is the rank from begin of the pandemic to the to right now. There's nothing. It is and this is nothing by the changes how fast goes on and something on that we make every time by the rank changes, and then we look every new country who have bad or very good changes on number. So and then we see here, and let's look here by the numbers by the infected. I think for looking who make it right now very good, it is that the most important numbers. Um, because if you get less number of infected every time, um, then there's something is going right. So, but if the number are right, it is another question. If the government is honest to you or to the people, or but must be normally it is better to be because only with right numbers you can manage the stuff. So then let me see the worst case on it is two countries. What is Moldavia, but we saw less time. So let's look to Madagascar. So I have prepared here. That is the, um, the John Hopkins University website with the corona cases, and they have very cool graphics for it. For example, this one, and that is addition. Everyone who get infected is added to the whole who's until this, and that what you some people think that is not a good graphic, but that is not the only one from the university. But you can see it goes faster and faster, so there's no limit. You can see it very good on it. But to get a good view, that is not the only one. And John Hopkins University have a lot of different, for example, the logarithms. But I don't know how I can see something from that. But I think the daily cases is more interested, as you see. That is Madagascar. Madagascar have a long time with low cases. That could be maybe that was not tested or something like that, or they sent it not on the right time, and that could be an average from 2 or 3. Maybe they make it on the airport because Madagascar have normally a good position for starting against it because it's an island. But then it comes, you see, on May, it comes to uncontrollable, and then if you don't know where is the cases who's and the people goes, and you can go faster than the virus can make a spread. Then it comes like an explosion. That is happen. So we have now in Madagascar the last statistics 360 people counted get infected. So, but until now, there's on the beginning, okay, on the beginning in one side, on the other side, it have a very fast acceleration. So the beginning means only 34 deaths, but it means it could be also not count everything. You know, this poor countries, sometimes they have to decide what they do. They want to help another one, or they want to keep secure to another one, or they want to send some numbers to the John Hopkins University. That you see in a lot of cases of the poor countries. Um, so just by numbers without to be there. So even when I say that, don't take it me for very honest. So because I'm a little YouTube is a handful followers, so that don't take it for very sure. So here's a Wikipedia about Madagascar. Madagascar lives 26 million people, but the country is still quite big. So that is Madagascar, and you see that's the island. I think they speak French. Oh, yeah, official language is French. Yes, okay, and Malagasy. Okay, so I don't know. Good that those countries have also his own languages. So, okay, um, maybe this card is very interesting. You see, they have a big place of tropical rainforest, and and in the south there's desert. So that is and savanna. They are light blue is savanna. So you see what is so okay, savanna, maybe you can look after the people. Desert, I think also, but to take control of the rainforest, it looks like it a little bit difficult. And don't forget, the COVID-19 can also easily change the animal, even cats and something. The cats you use for home, your home cat, they can get the COVID-19 and can get it back. And it is one of the problems. They can join to other virus and come back with a new kind of COVID-19. Could be worse, or you have to find again the problem on it. Um, and even the COVID-19 in itself, it is a problem because it comes like a cocktail. That is not one COVID-19. There's different COVID-19 virus, and there's different in what they like. Some like more the brain, some like more the lung, and some like just the nose. So and then they make research for, and then they say, oh, they compare to research. So and they found, oh, there's two different cities, and one type of COVID-19 is on both cities, counted from different university also on the lung, and the other kind of virus is was found in the nose of different people, different cities, even count by different university. This is research from in England. One of the university, the other I didn't remember. One of the university was the Oxford, the very well-known good Oxford University. So let me see if what I have proper for the next. And the next I have proper is Italy. Okay, Italy is a good case scenario. Okay, In one is a bad case because it was the first country, maybe in the world, every country in the world could see what COVID-19 could do. And they begin to make the shutdown at first. They come their army to the city. They have even a city, I don't know, a little city, tiny. There died so many people, you can't believe it. And you see it still. That is still on the top 10. Okay, okay, it is a little bit outside now from the top 10, and you see it on the dead people. It is 34,000 or 35,000 dead people in Italy. So that is really very worst. But you see, when we look at this, you see that is it going better and better. So they added, and still don't look like an explosion, but it's still there. So if there's there, there is there. So there we are. We see the beginning of the explosion, and the explosion begins is on the top on 21 March. A lot of countries in Europe closed down on that time. So just to know what has happened. The people say, um, I don't know if this is uh, it is looked back if that's right. There was a big group on a ferry in Wuhan in China, and they come there and then they go to a lot of countries, a lot of sites in Italy, and then they spread it in every case, and um, the the Italy healthcare system or catastrophe system didn't realize that fast, uh, like the COVID-19 is growing up. But that was not possible to make it faster because it get massive numbers in a short time. Just begin. Look at that. That is the 21 on February, and that is the 21 on March. So just 4 weeks was enough to make the most of the death of that stuff. Okay, you think, oh no, that's not the most of the death. Believe me, that the people who are infected here, some of them are still in hospital and is nearby death. So because some people die immediately and a lot of people died a little bit later, that is have a lot to do with luck and how fast they get in the hospital, how fast get on the uh, uh, lung machine, on the breathe machine. So let's follow what the next. So and that why Italy, where is Italy? Oh, we saw it on the other number, Italy. Um, we saw it on the numbers of the infection. So because but on that you can see it really. So let we look what um, I provide for the next. Also, okay, just for know the people where Italy is. For the people who don't know, there's country in Europe. It looks like a like a shoe, like a and it is um, 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 this is a G8, a G7 country, so that's the most one of the most industrial country in the world, the leader economies. So and just that you know what we have here, and they live about population 60 million people. So you see what even for a strong country, it is difficult to manage. So okay, it get a little bit hard, and a lot of countries react on on the thing what is happening in Italy. So don't take the Italians bad because there are so many people that um, they get it like a storm very fast. So so the next is Kosovo. Okay, maybe let me see what we can do here. Graphics, the rank continent. So we see in Europe, and the worst case in Europe is the Kosovo. Kosovo is a place who's still under regulation of the United Nations with blue berets soldiers on it, and they have a war and a civil war. It was part of Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia was in whole a war. They have a lot of countries whose origin is in that state because there was different tribes. And Kosovo is the last is not really resolved. And let us see what we can talk about Kosovo. So you have explosion, and you have maybe you see here they have problems for counting because they take a week to give the numbers to the John Hopkins University. And but now you see what's going on. So let me change the graphics. That is the daily cases. They have here about a bit more than 200 cases a day. And when we see how big is Kosovo, that have just 1.8 million inhabitants. So, and it is a very small country. I hope I can make it. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I can put it down. Oh, yeah, no, I can hear. It's a very small country. So um, that is maybe a good chance to regulate, but the street are still in construction and it's difficult to reach some places. Uh, but but the good is this is a small country, so they can do. But even for that, it have not is it COVID-19 in Kosovo is completely out of control. So then that is also interesting. Kazakhstan. So let's go to the statistics. Kazakhstan is here. Kazakhstan is the worst case for Asia. It is in a good rank. It is only 33, but when they're beginning to start in some places and other countries get worse, then we have to look after because that means that right now could be a sign he's not under control, and that we can get better view if we see on on the map um, from John Hopkins University, and here on that graphics that looks not that bad, but on a daily cases you see that is still always more. And there we talk about every day more than 220,000 infected people. So you see, that is a quarter or a fifth part of a million. And how many people live there? Let me see. Population, that is 18 million or nearby 90 million. So they get fast uh, to infect the whole population. So even the graphics don't look like, but it is. I don't know what they're doing. I think even a shutdown don't could help them. So So then um, let's look to the thing. So, and let me see the rank of the different continents. Now the numbers are a little bit better, and you see Europe had made a bit better. North America is still running down. South America um, have made better than the average, much better than the average. Africa is because most of the countries in Africa are still in the beginning. Is and the some a lot of countries are very the different um, size where the people live is very far away and difficult to reach. Even for the virus, difficult to come there. But the thing is, when it's come to COVID-19, so the organization of the possibilities of the country are very limited. But for Western Europe, Western Africa, we can say they have a lot of experience about pandemics or epidemics, you can say, because of take the whole globe. Um, they have a lot of so the people maybe are taken. Now better to work on it, but that is not a normal. Okay, that is not a normal pandemic. You think at first it is by numbers, by some statistics, is not that bad than other pandemics, but in other stuff, in so if you look how many people dying from 100 people, that we talk in a best case scenario, 0.37 dead. So that is a 4 deaths of thousand people. But that is a good scenario. So if you have a good healthcare system, if the people are not afraid to go to the doctor, and so because I heard that some people are afraid when they are very poor, their decision to go there is if they have enough money then after. So um, and that is also the case in Africa. But the bad on COVID-19 is that there's a lot of people who have it and you can't see it. And even they have it and they look like normal people, they can spread it around. They can, in 5 days, they spread it when they get it. And they go to a restaurant in that moment, you don't see him, or you go to disco, you don't see that he's ill because he walks like a normal and everything, and so he could die. So he even if he doesn't die, he give it to the next. So that's why I will tell you that every time use the most important, use mask, and then the next important is to wash your hands. Because wash your hands. The thing is, there's different kinds who can go into. It can go into your lung, over the nose, over the mouth, and that's why you need a mask. So mostly, even have your simple mask. Uh, Take care that other people take a mask because they are help you that you don't get it, and you help with your mask that he don't get it. So if everyone have it, you protect for every cases. There's better mask. There is they can protect it at all. But look, if you use the better mask, the class 2 or 3, if you use a mask with a ventile, then you don't care about the next, because if you have it and you breathe it, he can get it even he have a normal mask. So please buy this mask without ventile. So and then and then I want to say why to wash the hands. Um, if you see how many times in the day you take your hands to your eyes, or to your nose or something like that, mostly to the eyes. And the eyes is one problem that is also a hole the virus can go into. And the eyes is also, you must know the 0.37% to die is mean only in best cases. But the people who go in the hospital, so this is the worstest of the of who get it. The worstest cases, they go to the hospital and they get not a lockdown in his house. They go to the hospital. There is 9%. And if you have not possibilities to get there and healthcare of you, then you have a risk of 5%. So not the 5% from there who's there, so and for the whole people. So for the old people who's infected, if you get there and you have not a good healthcare system, then it means 50%. But for all people who's right now not infected, to be infected and then to get to hospital, and if you have not a good healthcare system, then you have a risk of 5% to die. So I think maybe the U.S. Can be into 5% of 350 14 million people. Make a counting about how many people. Okay, and so take the mask, and if you have gloves, is a little bit better. If you have gloves, please use glasses. Or the best solution is to have an two systems in one. So you a mask and a glass in front your eyes, because even the eyes can go into the problem on to have only the mask, only the glass in front your head. The problem on it is the aerosols. The aerosols is very little tiny drops, and they flow to the air like a smoke. So, and if you can see, if you was in some discotheque and you see some smoke, heat goes also behind your glasses. So it is better to use the mask, but you cannot use the mask over your eyes. So because you must see something, and then a second this shield, um, so you are get best protection. Maybe in the next time I want to make also protection from me with a whole for the whole head, with a filter and with a climate engine to make it cool, and with the pressure to put more air into, then maybe it works very good. So Kazakhstan, okay, we see right now the best looking in management is South America. I think that could be because Venezuela. Let me see the case of Venezuela, because Venezuela, it is one of the um, uh, baddest stuff we can found. So what is could be okay? There there we see a lot. Is that Venezuela? No, oh yeah, yeah. Okay, this is on the beginning, but on counting is a problem. That's why you can't really accept what if they goes better, or because you see is still running up, and but the numbers of healing, numbers of death, they are not giving very good. So, and you see that in my statistics, Venezuela looks right now better than it is, But last time we talked about Venezuela, that is not the best case. So and Venezuela had pushed because the wrong numbers South America into the black numbers, but don't take it. That is not really true. It is just some errors is difficult to put it out of the system if the different countries don't give the numbers into. But we are awake. We will see what is happening. So then the rank of economy types, the socialist religious economies are going down with 0.7. China lost bit and Iran lost also. So and then um, the liberal economies are still a bit good because the most are growing is have a better place. So, but if it's just one place, it could be it means maybe that someone go have get fast down. Only if they take two places more, like Costa Rica, it is maybe something to do with a good management. So, and then Ukraine, yeah, so this oligarch system, the Ukraine is an oligarch system, but is still they're trying to lead the European community, and they had to make good rules to get in the European community. It have to have good a good system, and then you have to change your whole laws to be fit on European community. And on that way was Ukraine, and maybe it helps a bit. But Ukraine right now is in a good place. 53 is not that bad. When we see some countries like Germany, the people say, "Oh, this is very good." This is only 72. Yeah. So we see it is getting a little bit better. What maybe it is good to see is France. France is one of the countries got very worst, and it makes one place good. Oh, let me see what France did. Let me see. France is here, so that is 180. Okay, France here. Okay, so there we are. The daily cases goes down. So that is not really the second wave. So that means a good management. They have just one thing with a lot of cases. That could be happen when they had get the possibility to test. Then you get like a peak like that, and but that means not that is now is very fast. This is just the better intention to the stuff. There's another for this reason for the better intention. There's also another country is very interesting to see. Let me see the confirmed. You see, that is good management. But it looks out. Even you manage it good, the numbers is always growing. So what you can do is to manage that good until the time um, the you manage that good until there come some other peoples. So until it comes some vacation or so to get vacation. Okay, I don't know. So let's see the other country who's very interested. I think for this, if they begin able to test everyone or the most of the people because they get the test. On beginning, the tests were difficult to make. Even countries with a lot of laboratories like Germany have the possibilities, and even there have to change these laboratories to biological laboratories. So that is Portugal, is a little country, and then let us open that. You see that is not an explosion, but this is still a, a big quantity of new cases, but is not exploding, not every more. let us see on a daily cases, and they have a high level every day. For a 10 million inhabitant country, have about 500, 400, 500 new cases every day, and most of them are in in Lisbon, in the capital of 3 million people. So, and here we have this peak that is that they have the possibility get the possibility to test everyone, and they make a peak, but it have nothing to do with the what has happened with the future. So if there's a is just this is a good sign because you have better control your stuff. So um, something bad numbers are good signs, so signal. Sorry. So rank political. So directorial state. Belarus made a little bit better. So you know, these directorial states, never you know what is have to do with the county. There's, because this leader always want to look like an like in God, and then I don't know if the numbers is going to the other to another country, which is the John Hopkins in is in the U.S. If they're completely right. Belarus have one good stuff. There's a closed country. This is difficult to get in, but even I heard that even this president said, "Oh, that is not it's not bad." And then if he said he's not, it is not bad, and why he want to give bad numbers? So, yeah. So, China lost the place, but it means not that much because if the one is a little bit better or is and is a small country on its beginning and they make it different, don't count everyone, then it is easy to fall a place or to win a place. So authoric leaded democracy look in the moment very good, but it's only three examples, so it is a question mark. Present legal democracy is India make better, Pakistan make better, Peru and Chile made worse. Brazil. So Brazil is also have a president who said, "Oh, there's nothing to do with." So and then France, we saw it already. I think that is how you saw the graphics, so it is possible. So and then the democracy with previous monarchies and councils. So Thailand, Morocco lost the place, but is on a good general place until now. So and then Egypt and Iran lost a bit of place. I think for that now it looks very good. Um, so and United Kingdom and Spain, that is yeah that died already so many people. So represent from democracy, and they made a bit better. And the number are more. It takes gives us a better confidence on it because as it's a big number of countries, if they get better, it is a good sign. But maybe let us see on another number to get to get an idea of, because if you see the average of the world, okay, average of the world don't take a place better or worse. So for that reason, make it not a different view. So yeah, here we are, Sweden on the last. Yeah, okay, very good. Still in yeah, Sweden. Oh, I want to say we have problems with the Sweden numbers because they don't send the number of the recovered, and the recovered people is very important um, to put into this because you know if it is to need to know maybe in the future I'm put it completely out of it. I don't know. Um, because a big quantity of the recovered people have a difficult for his next 10 years or 20 years of life, or can get something, um, who is something with the infection. So let's see. That is graphics to look after which number are a bit not respectable. That is the risk of dying after being infected. And it means after, not before. I have a graphic before being infected. So if you have the infection, and you have the risk to die to um, 0.4% to die, or to 1%. So that is the range of the different research groups. And if something goes out, something is wrong with the number. So and then if there are some is that under the norm zone, there are some possible it is happen. Numbers of sorry, number of infected is estimated, or not all deaths are counted are miracle causes. Okay. Um, okay, not all deaths are counted. I think Nepal is an example for it. This is a little country in a mountain, difficult to reach people, and 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 um, and that is a very poor country, and so it is not possible to find out who is died there on COVID-19 or something like that. And maybe there's people died everywhere, somewhere, and maybe they have also not the possibility to count this unimportant number. So maybe for them. So, and there's other countries, Singapore, Qatar, and Bahrain. There's very rich countries, and we can say, okay, maybe, but maybe they have mm, now made experience very good doctors, and maybe they could do a bit better. And some of these countries are not that big, like Singapore is like a city, and then maybe they can control it better because everyone is nearby. The ways are not very long, but it's also a good way to get infected. But to the risk to dying after being infected, that is maybe a good chance of it. So, and this is the normal side, but it means not that the number are right, because it could be also um, just like the numbers come, and maybe if two numbers is wrong, and then you come into this zone, means nothing. The other numbers, I will tell you, most of them are not is not part of a lie. You must know that it takes a long time from the first infection to get that, and that's why there's a lot of countries who is out of this rank, and there's even Germany is a bad rank, and two universities counted in Germany. So, um, so it means just that there's still a lot of people in in uh, in hospitals fighting for a survive, and we will see. So that is the Corona update. Thank you for listening. Have a good time. Take care. Take care of you. Bye.